Assalamu alaikum. The date is 9th July 2025. Time is 3:43 p.m. 15:43. And today we will be trading Verona Pharma. And the reason is because it's halal, and second, it's going to be acquired by MRK for 10 billion or $107 per share. On Tuesday, it closed at 86.86, so that has boosted the stock to 104. It's making a new high. It has never traded this high before. So if we reduce this, and you know back in 2018 it was trading at 23, and that was really high for the stock. Then in the corona period it made a new high of $22. That was very good value for the stock, and currently it's at 104, so you can understand how well received the stock is right now. It's very bullish, very strong, and out on very good news, especially when the market is bullish as well. So we need to keep that in mind. The pre-market movers are AAPL, Nvidia, WPP, Haram, SLOI. I think SLOI is being acquired by Meta. That's why SBucks. I don't know why. Received bids from potential investors seeking a controlling stake in its China business. Interesting. AES, Haram, Verna, Halal. Amazon, I think, is mixed, and UNH is Haram. So Verna is a Sharia compliant stock that we will be trading today, and I am excited. Let's do some research on the company. Yeah, this is the important news today. Trem threatens pharma. Trade-related news flow will remain in focus today after US President Trump said at least 7 countries would be named regarding trade measures on Wednesday morning, with more to follow that afternoon. So I guess some more trade letters are going to be sent over the next 2 days. That is the only interesting news, according to me. And rest is all BS. The Apple's COO has changed to Sabi Khan, and Apple is bidding for F1 rights. China is planning on installing NVIDIA chips that are now banned for China. So I don't know what China is trying to do there. WPP, we don't care. Not halal. Actually, yeah, they told about WPP in the start. Meta is trying to buy Esloy. Bezos sells Amazon's shares. Trade updates, and I think FOMC minutes comes out, and there is some tariff news that nobody cares about. It's like nothing new is happening, and the market is not excited or too invested in this. US President Trump announced forthcoming announcements on pharmaceutical tariffs. He mentioned a high tariff around 200% on important pharmaceuticals after a grace period of about 1 to 1.5 years. So don't know what he's planning, and neither do we care. What we care about is Verna. What we care about is how do we trade Verna. Let's first look at the ATR. Where is the ATR? ATR is 3.5, not good, not bad. It's quite the illiquid stock. It's very, very illiquid. Even on an active day like this, it's trading spotty. There is almost never any pre-market or post-market move. Even throughout the day, the 1 minute is very choppy. Choppy is not the right word. Spotty. Spotty is the right word. So that was all on the news part. There is nothing else interesting in the news. Let me quickly quit this, and let's focus on Verna and trying to understand. Before we do that, let's go to Grok and yeah, okay. Now we've come to Grok. Let's see what he is saying. Merck acquisition deal is the reason why we are trading it today. June 2020. June 24, 2025 was the record closing price of 98. So Verna is clearly making a very, very new high. We don't expect it to go anywhere below 100, or if it plans to drop the entire day, I cannot say anything. But I don't expect it to drop. Prior to acquisition, news analysts were bullish on Verna. The consensus from 12 brokerage firms gave an outperform rating with an average 1-year price target of $118, suggesting a 35% upside. Let's switch to market comparison. Let's see how Verna is doing compared to other peers in its field. Let's first update data. Verna has strong momentum with 505% gains. Verna has shown strong momentum with 515% gain over the past year as of June 24. The stock hit a new high that day, supported by a 100% technical buy signal on bar chart. The 50-day moving average was at okay. Financial metrics reported strong Q1 2025 earnings in April 29 with EPS of 0.27 beating estimates of 0.22 revenue, surpassing expectation. Okay. Nothing is suggesting. I mean, of course, I'm not like I really need to sit and study the company before I make any comments. But the biotech sector is experiencing M&A activity with Verna's acquisition potentially sparking interest in other respiratory focused biotechs like INSM, TVRD, Life Repel. As noted in X posts, broader market dynamics including Trump's tariff policy updates introduced strong bullish sentiment. Day traders might consider short-term scalping opportunities. How has been the health sector in the US been performing? Sorry for the bad English. In the market. Anything peculiar to note? Mixed performance and unique disparity trends, regulatory shift, technological advancements. Underperformance relative to the S&P 500. I think I'm trading health sector for the first time. Did it not plot anything? Okay. Let's look at Verna. I don't see anything. Where is Verna? These are all biotech companies, all health companies, but how do they perform to Verna? Okay, I think the app is. Let's go to Finviz and look at some Verna stats. Let's look at PE. Let's look at institutional ownership is almost 80%, so very high institutional ownership. We expect stable movement, nothing too crazy. Where is PE? There is no PE. Forward PE of 73. I guess that is why there is no EPS as well in the app. There is no PE ratio comparison or EPS because that is not out for the company yet. EPS of minus 0.24. I think so. This is a very growth specific company running on hopes and dreams. Target price set by the analyst is 119 and the offer was made for 104, I think. 107. 107. Okay. So we expect bullish momentum on Verna. I think Verna was really sold here. We see big volume coming in. Let's try to gauge what's happening. Very small buy orders at 89, 87, 50, 80, 100. I think as we go higher, 100, yeah. And we start seeing even bigger. But okay, the buy orders are really big. Sell orders are no joke too. Even sell orders are insane. Let's chart settings, session times. Yes. 10 to 1050, 10 to. So nothing too crazy in the higher areas or the lower areas, just random orders. Very insignificant. 106 is going to be very interesting to watch because 20,000 orders straight. And the buy orders are just, I think, just too many, I would say. Let's try to zoom in a bit. Let's try to zoom in. Now, 11.4K was bought in the pre-market and the price did not move. Yeah, I think the volume is coming in because people are selling, like really selling. Let's take a look at 39, 4,000, 7,000, 3,000. Big numbers, but nothing too crazy. Okay, 4,000 being sold is big number. 15.36, we saw volume come in at constant of 40K. It does not do this kind of volume even in the regular market. What does that mean? Does that mean that people are desperate to get out? I don't know what that means. Let's try to understand what this means. People really want to buy this stock right now. Why? The move has already happened. Okay, doesn't mean that it's going to stop now. The move has already happened. It went from 86 to 104, even higher, and it moved a lot on very little volume. Big volume has come in and the price movement has almost stopped. I guess the market has deemed this area as fair value, 104. Let's first mark this. 104 has been determined as fair value for this stock. The question is that the ones getting rid of this stock, I feel like people now have even more motivation to hold the stock a bit longer. Like, the company was just acquired, is showing positive interest in the company. There is significant reason to hold the stock longer now. So who are the ones selling and who are the ones buying? We need to understand this dynamic before we enter this trade today. Because it's completely possible that the stock opens and it just keeps rallying. That is entirely possible as well. So, and the stock is making a new high. It is, where do we see majority of the buy orders? We are seeing big buy orders in entirely in the 104 area. So I don't think it's going to break 104. And 104 itself has 9,000 orders, 2,000, 103.5, 103.4, 103.8, and then we don't see anything big. We don't see huge sale orders. Okay, let's try to look for any iceberg orders. I feel like institutions are the ones selling today. We have 2,000 orders at 105. This is slightly confusing. Who is buying, who is selling today? What must be the seller thinking when he's seeing something like this? What is he thinking? This must have become too small for you. Let me make this smaller. Big moves. 9,000 delta here. 11,000 buyers here. The price doesn't move. We are seeing 19,000, 10,000, 12,000 volume come in constant. And it has now increased. So is majority of the volume buyers or sellers? Is what we want to know. If we look at straight up aggression showed that it was the sellers who first tried to step up. Or no? Yeah. Aggression is very inconsistent. I absolutely cannot tell anything. Delta of 30k being scoffed at. Like, let's focus on this. Where are we seeing big delta spikes? Let's look at this. Here we saw very strong push towards 105, almost 60,000 stocks being bought. But that move fails. And it does not go back to that level. Sellers are stepping down. Correct? Okay. What else? What else am I seeing? So that would be very clear desperation from the seller's end. In this case, after seeing something like this, it moved a bit sideways. I guess both parties were trying to gauge where the stock goes. And sellers this time tried selling a lot. 50,000 in these two candles. But it did not yield any fruit. The stock refused to go below 104.74, and in that exact area is where we are seeing all the buy orders. So there are both buyers and sellers in the market. The sellers are showing desperation. They are showing that they are willing to step down. Will sellers be more desperate today, or will buyers be more desperate today is the question. It's today's play is going to be very, very different from the usual days. We need to understand who is going to be more desperate in today's play. If we look at the chart studies here, let's go to study settings. Let's go to session delta, ticks per volume bar 5, apply. Actually, yeah, let's make it 2, apply. And let's try to judge this. What is this telling us? That below 105, above 105 buyers tried to push this blue area and they failed. That's why the price hasn't returned there. And below 105, the sellers are getting desperate that the stock might not rise higher than this. And below that is all noise. We don't care. We're just trying to gauge who is being more dominant at this level. And the lower it goes at 104.8. Right now there are a lot of buy orders. The more desperate the sellers become, I think it's mainly because of these two. Yeah, these two very strong push from the sellers. So when the market opens, we want the price to instantly beat 105. If that does not happen, that is bad news for the stock. And we are going short because sellers are desperate below 105. And buyers are showing their cards. Where are the lax buyers at? The relaxed buyers. It's entirely possible that these buyers might end up cancelling their orders. We cannot trust them. One thing I can definitely say is that buyers are getting desperate sellers are getting desperate below 105. That is something I can say conclusively with surety, So if we look at 5 minute, if we look at the stock open was at 100.74. Interesting. Let's try going down, see where the orders are. 104 is where we expect the buyers to step up. If they don't step up, we instantly get out of the trade. We don't wait for it to test 104 and see how it's feeling. Now with 9,000 orders, I expect there to be front running. Actually, if there is no front running, that is showing me these orders might be fake, and they're only plays so that some people buy looking at these 9,000 orders like me. I plan on entering the stock only because I see 9,000 orders here, and it's entirely possible that the stock, when it actually comes here, there's no order here except mine. So, and I will enter, but I will not hold the stock and see how it's consolidating and try to read. The moment it breaks 104, I'm out, regardless of how it moves. Then we come down to 103.6. We watch 103.5 is interesting. 103.4, 103.38. And below this, the stock is not showing much interest because I don't think people expect the stock to go there in the first place. Mhm. I think I saw 20,000 orders somewhere. I think all of them were absorbed. So, what does the plan say? The plan says that if the stock holds above 105, we go long. If the stock goes below 100, if the stock fails to break 105, we go short. That's it. There is no other play. If it goes below 105, we try to go short. If it goes above 105, we try to go long. That is it. That is the only play. Let me just draw a ray diagram. Goes down, we hope for some recovery, we go short. Again, ends up crossing 105, test this level, anyway, we go long. That is it. There is no other legendary plan. It's very simple today. We're keeping it very simple today. We go long till the stock goes. We go short till 104. Till this area. Make this longer. Till 101 maybe. 102 for sure. That is it. That is the best plan I can come up with for a stock like this, making a new high in a bullish market. We want it to hold above 105, we go long. If it holds below 105, we go short. That's it. The market opens in more than 15 minutes. 17 minutes. Inshallah, I'll see you then. Okay, the market has opened. Let's make this bigger. Let's enter with small size. Available only for buying. I can't even switch now. We have 20,000 orders at 105.5. 20,000 limit orders here. But I want to short the stock. So I guess we go short here. But it's being held relatively well. Let's just go short here with our stop loss above right above 105. $20 stop loss. Fair enough. Still a big move. Maybe it just looks big. I don't know. Anyway, now let's focus on what is happening here. The stock seems to be stuck. That is a lot of limit orders. 45,000. People are just straight up desperate to buy. 14,000, 41,000. That is just an insane amount of orders, in my opinion. Like 20,000, 25,000 sell orders. I guess we add size here. A lot of stocks were bought, but the price did not budge higher, did not break 105. I don't know what is this supposed to mean. Holding 104.8, like, I don't know, like anything. Okay, we see a break to the downside, but nothing too spectacular. You would need a big move for us to make some money. Okay, all of that was 20,000 is, yeah, 20,000 short orders are not enough to drive the price down. So I expect but the sellers are destroying all the buy orders. Like, I don't know. वो तो चिपक ही गया वहाँ पे वो
स्टॉक
नहीं एकदम चिपक गया 105 पे
मैंने तो अपना ये क्या नाम है सेल ले लिया
मैंने
सेल लेके 105.15 पर वो लगा दी बिकॉज़ इट डजंट लुक
सेम या
वहाँ पे अपना स्टॉप लॉस लगा
एंड
दिया
रिकॉर्ड चांस तो कुछ रिकॉर्ड करने के लिए है ही नहीं
मैंने वहाँ पे स्टॉप लॉस लगा दिया एंड देन 105.2 पे बाय ऑर्डर लगा दिया
Oh yeah, smart actually smart.
और 102 पे अपना टेक प्रॉफिट लगा दिया ना आप लिटरली सिट ओवर देयर एंड डू नथिंग
No, smart. Let's just do exactly like you did.
और 102 पे मैंने अपना टेक प्रॉफिट लगा दिया स्टॉप लॉस सॉरी सेल वाला
इतना ये तो जाएगा ही नहीं और मुझे तो लगता ही नहीं एक्चुअली हो सकता है दिन में चला जाए 103 पे लगाते हैं
और 105 पॉइंट उसमें मैंने अपना वो क्या नाम है बाय ऑर्डर लगा दी 105.2
स्टॉप ऑर्डर है दिस कॉल्ड जब when you're buying above the current price it's called stop order when you're buying below the current price it's called यहाँ पे अगर मैं लगाऊंगा it'll be limit order buy limit buy stop
yeah so I did everything now I'm just setting
इसका टिपी कहाँ लगाऊं आसमान में लगा देते हैं इसका स्टॉप 105 के नीचे लगा देते हैं I guess yeah and then we just wait
then you just
what if it triggers both of these yeah true but it can also man if it like decides to go sideways
so 105.2 का stop loss लगा
टाइप stop है
104.8 पे लगा या 104.5 पे लगा because it's sitting at 104.
something like this is what my brother is suggesting and then I guess yeah we just do nothing